Hi, it's Monday, July 15th. I'm sorry, July 14th. Uh, and this is this is Time Out Overtime on the from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex, live and direct. Time Out Overtime on the YouTube channel. Uh, and I'm Rick Arsenal. I just came in from outside, and maybe I'm a little delirious from the heat. I don't know. But anyway, thank you. Thank you for watching and listening as always. First things first, if you haven't done so yet, please get down there in the corner and hit that like and subscribe button. That means a lot to me. As I said before, we've got almost 100 subscribers. We haven't really been doing this that long. And I think for a small rural area like this, I think that's pretty good. So, thank you so much. 15 minutes or so today with baseball on its all-star hiatus this week. Of course, home run derbies tonight. Obviously, Cal Raleigh is the odds-on favorite to win that. The catcher from the Mariners, who, as we speak, I believe has 38 home runs already. There was a nice picture taken late yesterday, of the 6 Tiger All-Stars and Chris Ilitch before they boarded it was taken on the tarmac before they boarded the team plane to fly down to Atlanta. I thought it was a nice picture. And Tigers will have 6 representatives in the game tomorrow night. Derek Skubal is starting. I have not seen the starting lineup yet. Actually, 7 representatives if you want to count the bat boy. Look, the Tigers still have the best record in baseball in spite of the fact that they've lost their last 4 games. I think the nature of the losses to the Mariners, I think, illustrate even more, point out even more that they need help on the back end of the bullpen. And rest assured they will get it. By the time August 1st rolls around, which is what, 17 days away now, there could be as many as 3 or 4 new additions to the Tiger bullpen. No. Just how many prospects are going to go, that remains to be seen yet. As far as the draft goes for the Tigers, no significant names. I mean, they took the first 2 picks. They had the 24th pick and the 34th pick yesterday. They took with that first pick at 24, they took a shortstop from upstate New York, high schooler. And then with the 34th pick, they took another high schooler. Check that. And the shortstop is from Florida. The 34th pick, a catcher, he's from upstate New York, I believe. I can give you the names, but they don't mean anything to you right now. They were shortstop, catcher. Today, there was a significant name that I noticed. They did draft the Oregon Ducks ace, left-handed ace, Grayson Grinsell. I mean, he was very good. His stats, his numbers, he led the Big Ten in a lot of statistics. Remember that name more than anything, Grayson Grinsell, the left-hander from the Oregon Ducks, who they took today. So I said, the fact that they're taking more middle infielders with the higher picks, would that be an indication of what they're going to do? Are they tipping their hand a little bit as to what they're going to do with the trade deadline? I don't know. And another thing, we obviously need help right now. What's the point of waiting another 17 days? Well, here's the problem. Here's the dilemma. Some of the teams you're dealing with or going to be dealing with at this point may think they still have a shot on a wild card. No general manager ever wants to be a concession seller at the trade deadline. That's sending a very bad message to his fan base. Might be putting his own job in jeopardy. So They usually like to wait until the last few days when it's become a certainty that, okay, they're not going to make the playoffs, is when these deals get done. However, in the case of the Tigers, they have been linked to Pittsburgh Pirate closer David Bednar. Pirates are obviously aren't the playoffs. Go okay, why don't you make the deal for him right now? No, unless the Pirates want to wait a little longer to get more teams involved in for his services. Yeah, well, why wait till the trade deadline? Go get some of these guys right now. Um, that's just the way this works. I've seen names like the Cleveland Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase, their setup guy Cade Smith. A lot of general managers don't like dealing with teams in their own division. Well, that's food for thought, I suppose. If you were to give up prospects and send them to the Twins, in the case of the Twins, they have a couple of guys in the back end of their bullpen I wouldn't mind having. In Jax and Durant. Both very good. Right now, the Twins might, where they're at, you might even think that they 11 and a half behind the Tigers, might still think they even have a chance at catching the Tigers. It's just the point of how many of these general managers are going to wait till the last couple of days before they concede that they're not making the playoffs. But bottom line is the Tigers, obviously, from seeing this series, need help immediately right now. Anyway, the All-Star game is tomorrow night. Home run derby is tonight. Tigers' next regular season game is Friday night in Texas. They have a series, 3-game series in Texas with the Rangers. The Sunday game has been flexed to Sunday night on ESPN. Then they go to Pittsburgh for 3, and they come back home for a 7-game series just prior to the trade deadline. 4 games with Toronto, first place in the East, and then 3 more with the Diamondbacks. They're at home. So, but that's like I said, baseball's under hiatus this week. I'm not too concerned. The Tigers still have the best record in baseball, but it was just too bad that they had to kind of limp to the first half finish line the way they did. Disappointing, terribly, yes. Embarrassing, humiliating, yeah. You play 162 games for 6 months. It's what you're going to have, I suppose. Pardon me. Anyway, before I lose my voice, what? Sorry. This blasted weather and my allergies and everything else, I'm going to try to get through this. And I hope you can decipher what I'm about to say when I read these commercials for my sponsors here. If you're planning on hitting the road this summer, make your first stop Frank Beck Chevrolet. Let Beck service professionals make sure your vehicle is ready for any trip. Beck can check all the belts, hoses, electrical connections to make sure there are no surprises waiting. Get in there and let them check the brakes, the tires, especially the cooling and air conditioning units. Have them top off all the fluids. Like I said, to check the tires for air, and you're ready to go. So whether your vacation plans are near or far around this great state or this great country of ours, make sure your vehicle can make the trip. Call ahead. Call the service department at 517-849-2886 to make your appointment, or stop into Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, or follow them on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the number one selling Chevrolet dealer in our tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance in downtown Jonesville on the corner of M99 and US 12. It's barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. On the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. barrettins.com. Apparently, what got Scooble convinced that he should start was a phone call from Max Fried of the Yankees. I don't know what all was said, but apparently he called Scooble and told him he was starting or should start or whatever. But so let's hope the six Tigers represent themselves very well tomorrow night. Hope the American League wins. It is a preseason game. You recall it used to be the winner of the All-Star game got home field advantage in the World Series. It's not that way anymore. I thought that was a silly rule to begin with. All right, a couple of other things. Pistons are 2-0 in the Summer League in Las Vegas. They beat Houston yesterday. Apparently, Chaz Lanier was, 4 for 11, three-point shooting. Ron Holland continues to look good. That's good to see. Take this for what they are. They're exhibition games. That's all there is to it. Exhibition games, but it's good to see them playing well. Are they done dealing yet? They're going to bring anybody else in? I think they are before the start of the season, but that's a long way off yet. So we'll see. Lions. Rookies report to training camp in Allen Park at the Meyer Performance Center the day after tomorrow, which would be the 16th. Rest of the squad will report on Saturday the 19th. Full-scale workout is next Sunday the 20th. Football is back. We're here. They may have a problem with one veteran and one rookie holding out. I'll get to that in just a second. How do the Lions shape up here prior to the start of the training camp opening up? I thought we'd look at who they drafted, who they lost to free agency, and the key free agents that they brought in prior to training camp. They go back to the draft in April. First round pick was tackle out of Ohio State, big offensive lineman, Tyreek Williams. Second round pick, guard Tate Ratledge out of Georgia. Third round, Isaac Tesla out of Arkansas. And I believe it was the fifth round, Miles Frazier, the offensive lineman out of LSU. Who did they lose? Well, they lost Carlton Davis III, probably their best quarterback last year. He signed a big lucrative deal with the Patriots. Kevin Zeitler's gone. He went back to Atlanta. That's, I guess, his old stomping grounds down there. Ife Melifonwu is gone, as is Zadarius Smith. I think at some point, Zadarius Smith is going to be back here. I don't know what kind of a handshake agreement he has with the Lions, but if he wasn't coming back here, I would have thought he would have signed with somebody else by now. And he's already publicly stated his desire to come back and play for the Lions. So, who did they add in free agency? Quarterback DJ Reed. These are the three key free agent signings. Quarterback DJ Reed, defensive tackle Roy Lopez from Arizona, and from Philadelphia, quarterback Avante Maddox. I think those are the three key free agent signings. So, as you saw in the headline, there may be a problem with a rookie holding out. We'll get to that here after I tell you about Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. As you've heard before, if it wasn't for Quality PC's technical assistance, we probably wouldn't be doing this right now. 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale, and directly across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, maybe a couple hundred yards west of Powell Street. 517-610-5372. Folks, they can take care of any technical issues you may have at all. Tech service. We are so lucky to have a tech service operation like this in our immediate area right here. This is the only place to go. Computers, newer used, flat screen TV, mounting, programming. Maybe you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. Printers, newer used, anything at all. Just get in there and see them. There is no other place to go. 37 Walsall Street, not down the hill. 517-610-5372, or just get in there. And they're more than capable of resolving any technical issues you have. And when you get in there, tell them me and Mickey sent you. Will you please? Thank you very much. So Lion rookies report day after tomorrow. But there's a bit of a dilemma. Second round lineman Tate Ratledge and several other second round picks have the opportunity to significantly change the landscape for future players. This is kind of a conspiracy, if you will, on the part of their agents. Just prior to the official start of training camp, 30 of the 32 second round picks have not signed their rookie contracts. 30 out of 32 are not signed. And of course, if they're not signed, they're not going to participate in training camp until they are. Ratledge was the 57th overall pick and is likely awaiting how others selected in front of him proceed with their contract negotiations. What this is, folks, is that the agents trying to squeeze more guaranteed money out of their respective teams. That's what this is all about. I got a whole big thing about this. Basically, that's what this is. There's now a growing push for second round picks to be given, as I said, fully guaranteed rookie contracts. Fully guaranteed rookie contracts for second rounders. Last year, linebacker Chris Broswell of Tampa Bay was selected at the exact same position Ratledge was. He inked a 4-year, $6,785,000 rookie deal with more than half of that money guaranteed. That was last year. 2 picks made in this year's draft of the second round have already signed their contracts. They may have greatly altered the landscape for those selected after them in the same round. This is what we're getting into. Carson Swessinger, Cleveland Browns, number 33 overall pick. He was taken it with the first pick in the second round. And Jaden Higgins of the Houston Texans, he was the next pick. There are the only 2 right now. It's only 2 second round picks that have signed contracts. Since then, no other second round pick, including Ratledge, has agreed to terms. I'm not going to go through this whole thing. Several other analysts have urged players to band together to ensure their best interests contractually are met. According to Pro Football Talk, second round picks should have held out earlier, minimum, and blah, blah, blah. Former Georgia Bulldog offensive lineman could miss the start of training camp. I'm talking about Ratledge now. He will miss the start of training camp. He has until Wednesday to get a deal done, and that's not going to happen. They have no deal is agreed upon. Ratledge will follow Chargers wide receiver Trey Harris, who is now holding out from the start of training camp after not reporting over the weekend. The Chargers have already opened camp. As you know, they and the Lions will be playing the Hall of Fame game on the 31st. And this is all too bad because Kyle Long, former Bear offensive lineman, now does a podcast for CBS. He might be Tate Ratledge's biggest fan. He thinks the world of Tate Ratledge and thinks that he would have no problem stepping in at center and taking over where Frank Reichnow was. He's not going to be there Wednesday, and he'll be missing valuable time. If you're coming in and you're going to be the first string center, you want to be the center on opening day, September the 7th in Green Bay. Kyle Long thinks he can handle it. I have a lot of respect for Kyle Long and his opinion, but they didn't need this. They didn't need Tate Ratledge holding out. Of course, hey, he's one of the 30 other second-round picks that haven't signed yet. Lions aren't the only one with this dilemma. And also, too, we'll see on Saturday or Sunday if Alex Anzalone shows up. Hey, that's another issue. If he doesn't show up, that's another dilemma the Lions have. He's in the 3rd year of his contract. Apparently, like everybody else, he wants to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid. Anyway, that's going to do it. I will talk to you all again on Wednesday. Don't forget every Saturday morning with Andy and Jed here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM from 9 to 10. Andy will be on assignment this weekend. So we will be working with the inimitable Mr. Rob Weber, the voice of Hillsdale Charger football and basketball. We look forward to that. 9 to 10 Saturday morning, give us a listen. In the meantime, as I said, I'll talk to you all again on Wednesday night. So until then, remember, please treat each other with respect. I can't thank you enough for watching and listening. Have a good rest of your evening. So until Wednesday, so long, everybody.